Before we get into today's video, I've got 3 things for you. Number 1, if you want to get a notification whenever we post a new video, make sure you ring that bell. Number 2, there's a TCG Player affiliate link in the show notes. After clicking that link, every purchase you make on tcgplayer.com helps support this channel. Number 3, you'll also find a link to our Patreon where you can support us directly. Now, kick back and enjoy the show.
Hey Spikes, welcome back to another episode of Summer Magic. What we're doing today is bringing some of the newest spice to you guys. I mean, you've seen 2 of these decks before, but largely these are new strategies, new decks that have been created, new cards, like for our commanders specifically.
Most of them.
3 out of 5 ain't bad. So I'm going to be starting us off in turn order today. I'm going to be playing first Sliver Food Chain. You saw this in the first episode of Summer Magic, so hopefully I'm going to be able to food chain this time. If you haven't seen that video, that's a spoiler, so cover your ears retroactively, and hopefully we can do some cool stuff.
That's a good one.
I am playing Kaikar. Kaikar!
Not again. Last time.
Jeskai Ascendancy. It is a deck that casts a lot of spells, and yeah. that's exactly what it does. I'm going to hopefully draw a billion cards.
Yeah. I'm the one playing something not necessarily new this time around. I'm playing Thrasios Vile Smasher, 4-color Rashmi, as it's...
new to the channel.
Yeah, for sure new
this
to the channel.
This is the first time this deck has ever appeared on the channel.
Yeah, and it's a deck that I like the strategy of, so here I am.
Yeah, Siggy and Sig Robot. Sig Robot, if you will.
Sig
I will not.
It's their celebrity couple name.
Ooh.
And I'm playing Urza Paradox Scepter, or UPS, as we call it in the biz. So
we don't call it that. Nobody calls it that.
Jen thinks he's funny.
Let's start.
All right, let's start. I'm going to start us off by drawing a card. Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm going to cast a Mox Diamond, discarding Gemstone Mine, and play a Flooded Strand, tapping the Mox Diamond for a Mana Vault. I am passing the turn.
Wow.
I'm going to go
interesting.
My hand is sad.
I would like to cast a Mox Diamond. I'm going to pitch an island.
Mm-hmm.
Then, I would like to get Probe Jan.
Oh, Jan.
Actually, hang on. Do I want to pay life for that? I want to pay life for that.
Okay.
I'm going to go to 38.
38.
Let's see him.
Your secrets are revealed.
Okay. I would like to draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast this Mana Crypt.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to cast a Trinket Mage.
Yep.
I'm going to get a Sensei's Divining Top.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Which I cannot cast.
Ooh.
But I will pass the turn, though.
No lands.
Good.
Except for the island.
Except for the island that I pitched.
I will draw.
That's interesting.
I think that's worth it.
Come no rod.
I'm going to play this volcanic island.
Spicy.
And I'm going to cast the saddest fish
Whoa.
of all time.
Whoa.
Could have eaten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 permanents,
Wow.
artifacts,
That's
whatever.
a good card.
Non-creature. Anyway,
Oh.
pass the turn.
Non-creature.
I'm going to draw this card. That's bad.
Nice.
Okay.
I bet you he's got a couple of those.
I got one.
Yeah, at least one.
Go.
Oh.
I'm not going to play my 1 mana artifact into this.
At the
Mistake
end of your
for
turn, I'm just going to crack this Bloody Strand to go to 39. I'm going to get this Watery Grave tapped, and then I'm going to untap for my turn and draw a card. Ooh, that's a pretty one. Is it good?
Who's
Those
Not
are 5
me.
mana. The first silver costs 5 mana.
Yeah, this is 3 colorless. It's not even good. I'm going to play this Snow Covered Forest because it's really pretty. And I'm going to tap these two and cast Tutor Demonico.
Oh, we were doing so well not feeding the fish.
Trigger
Yeah.
Mystic Remora.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll draw a card.
Mhm.
I've searched my library for this card. Put it into my hand.
Hold it up.
Nope. And I'm going to pass the turn.
Untap. Mystic Remora. Trigger.
Mystic
Mystic
Remora.
Remora. Mana
Mystic
Grip trigger.
Remora.
Boom. Spikes damage.
Oh,
No damage.
No damage.
I'll draw a
Must be
card.
nice.
I'm going to draw Elliot a card by casting Sensei's Divining
We were
Touch.
doing so well.
Shut up, Bill.
Mine
Mr.
was-
Demonic Tutor.
A random card from him is fine for a targeted card from me. I'll
Okay.
take that trade.
Okay, well, random card for him is better than the top 3 cards from me. Activate top.
I have an island.
Hey, me too.
There's this spicier than mine.
Mine's darker.
Can't see it.
My
Halloween edition.
I'm going to pass
Spookier.
it.
Spooky Island.
I'm gonna untap. Are we gonna get crazy? Are we gonna? I'm going to trigger this Mystic Remora
Uh-huh.
and pay 1,
Okay.
and
Okay.
then I will draw a card for my turn.
Okay.
I'm going to play a Watery Grave tapped, and move to my
Combat.
discard step.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna discard this City of Brass.
Elliot's playing out of that same. He can't afford the damage.
Yeah, you're right.
I knew it.
Done? Alright, I'm gonna draw a card.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
That's going
Not
for
really.
bad.
A polluted delta
Mm-hmm.
is in my future. I'm gonna crack this polluted delta and go to 39. I'm gonna get this here island.
Mm.
It's got a palm tree on it. It's kind of tropical.
It's different.
That is not tropical at all.
Doesn't tap for red though.
Don't even say
Uh,
that.
These are just tropical islands.
That's fair. I'm gonna cast this
Oh,
sapphire.
damn it, Jan.
Damn it, Janet.
Trigger.
Yeah, go for it.
Draw a card.
Damn it, Janet is funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
I'm aware.
Yeah,
Rude.
I'm aware.
I'm going to draw a card.
Yeah.
Let me play this polluted delta. And could cast the thing, but that seems bad. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna pass the turn.
Untap. Mana Crypt flip. Spikes damage. That's damage.
35.
Dead on board.
Okay, I would like to draw a card. I'm going to play the card that I drew.
Ooh.
It is a Windswept Teeth that I put there earlier.
Hello. Big brain Sensei's Divining Top.
He's gonna activate top
I
and
think
crack his
I'm
Windswept
going to
Teeth.
move to my combat step.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I would like to attack Elliot.
Good.
Me?
This thing's targeted.
I'll go to 38.
That is 2 trigger mage
2
damage.
trigger mage damage.
And then
yeah.
I would like to pass the turn.
Alrighty. I'm going to untap. I'm going to trigger this. And I'm going to pay for it again.
All right.
Because I'm greedy. I'm going to draw for my turn. Let's see. I'm going to play a basic forest.
You would.
Mine's better.
And I'm going to play a mocked diamond.
Trigger. No, not a trigger. Replacement effect.
Yeah.
I'm going to discard this underground sea.
Okay. Are you gonna pay 4?
No, draw a
Draw
card. And then I will tap this forest and this mox diamond to cast Dimir's Signet.
Mhm.
I will pass the turn.
All right. Well, I'm gonna untap. I will draw this card. Oh, I'm so good at this. Oh, it's an island. And I think
Therefore, he is.
No, he ams.
I am's indeed.
Like the pet food.
I'm gonna cast Urza.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yep.
gonna pay 4.
Well, that's
Good.
It's a creature. Dingus.
And I'm gonna get a.
I mean, he paid 4.
Yeah, he
Real
did
talk.
Pay 4.
Yeah, I paid 3.
Oh, true.
Ooh.
I'm gonna get this 0/0 construct.
Wow, and he can
That
tap both
is,
of them for
2/2.
Wow.
Is each other?
He
No,
like,
it's each.
actually just paid 1.
Yeah. Go ahead, Phil.
I'm gonna crack this polluted delta at the end of your turn. Go to 38.
38.
I am also going to crack my Windswept
Okay.
Teeth.
We'll just do it.
Go to 34.
We're gonna
Simultaneously.
Yeah. All right, off of my polluted delta, I'm going to get a breeding pool tapped.
I'm getting a Hallowed Fountain tapped off of my Windswept Teeth.
I'm going to untap now and draw a card. Yeah. I'm just going to pass the turn.
On your end step, I am going to activate Sensei's Divining Top.
You got it.
Wow, you have a colorless floating.
Okay, I'm going to move to my untap. Mana Crypt trigger, spikes damage. That's damage.
Ooh, 31. Dead on board. Dead on board.
Draw a card. Play the Sea of Clouds. It enters untapped.
That's powerful.
Sea of clouds.
I thought we were all friends.
We are not.
Oh. Yeah, that
Um,
explains a lot.
I would like to, with 1 mana floating, cast 1 colorless mana floating, cast Kaikar, Wind's Fury.
Mm.
Right, red, blue, white.
Yep.
1 colorless floating. With the colorless floating, I would like to spin Sensei's Divining Top.
That seems good too.
We're all gonna die to a 3/3.
It's a 3/3 flying. It's really good.
Does it say non-creature spell or instant sorcery?
Not creature.
Non-creature.
Then I would like to move to combat,
Mhm.
and I'll attack Elliot for 2.
Yep, 36.
And I'll pass the turn.
I'm gonna untap. In my upkeep, this Mystic Moor is gonna trigger again. And I don't think I'm paying for it this
Good.
time.
Oh,
Good.
no.
There we
The
go.
floodgates have opened.
Draw for my turn.
He's gonna cast a 5-mana spell.
I maybe should have kept it around this time for the Kaikar, but I can't really afford to anymore, I don't think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play this command tower. And I will add blue, black, red. And cast Vile Smasher the Fierce.
Oh no. My vials.
Cast Ashiok Dream Render. Trigger Vile Smasher.
Yeah. Nope.
Nope. There's
Vile
not your first
Smasher's
spell.
the first
Ha
one.
ha!
Haha. We got him.
Okay.
She has 5 thingamabobs.
Does
That's
she ever?
I am going to -1 Ashiok Dream Render targeting Jan.
I have a response.
Sure.
Jan, do you have any effects?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna Noxious Revival targeting Demonic Tutor.
For life,
For life, yeah.
go to 36.
2 life, actually.
So I'm gonna put Demonic Tutor on top of that.
Alright, so you.
So top 4.
Yep.
Island. Opt. Grafdigger's Cage. Mental Mistake.
Shucks.
Mhm.
Each opponent exile your graveyards.
Exile. My graveyards.
It's gone.
Out of
That's the turn.
I'm gonna untap. I'm gonna draw this card. Oh. Why, hello. I have access to 5 manias, you say.
Yes. And your blue spells cost 1 less.
We do. Let's see how much I can do. I'm gonna start by casting a Gilded Drake.
Ooh. That's bad for us.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
kidding.
I'll take the Kaikar.
Yeah.
Trade you flyers.
Now you have a 3/3 flyer. Still.
That's true. Then I am going to cast Impulse. Trigger Kaikar.
Yep. Make a spirit.
Spirito. So I'm going to look at the top 4 cards of my library. So I am going to put that card in my hand, just on the bottom.
Alrighty.
And I will play a land for the turn. I will sacrifice a spirit for a red.
Okay.
Mhm.
I will tap for a blue. Cast a Grim Monolith.
Yep. Trigger
Kaikar.
Kaikar.
That's value.
I will sacrifice the spirit for a red. Cast a Codex Shredder. Trigger Kaikar.
Mm-hmm.
Cast for a red. Or sack for a red. Sat for a blue. Cast back to basics. Trigger Kaikar.
Okay.
Yep. Good.
Yeah.
This is why I kept this basic forest.
And then I think Or combat?
I mean, maybe
You
your
can try
construct is a 4/4 now.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
attack this Ashiok.
Ooh, I can attack this Ashiok.
You shouldn't because Bill has a demonic tutor on top of his library.
Yeah,
I can do a lot of things. Don't tell me how to. I can attack Bill. Bill, you play ad nauseum.
Yep.
He does not.
There seems to be
There is
some,
an ad nauseum in this
some
deck.
disconnect.
I don't think so.
at,
There is.
Are you trying?
Attack somebody, Jan.
Yeah, I'm
this
gonna-
is totally irrelevant to what
Yeah, I'm
you
gonna-
need to do right now.
I'm going to attack Bill, for sure.
Sure, you got it.
32.
And then I'm going to pass the turn.
Okay.
Mind Games by Elliot on. Or, yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Alright, I'm gonna draw a card. Yeah, I don't quite have the resources I need, so I'm just gonna pass the turn.
I will untap. Mana Crypt Trigger.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Spikes damage.
Spikes his damage.
Damage.
Hey.
28.
Okay, I will draw a card. I would like to cast Heuristic Study.
Mm-hmm.
Well then, that is fine.
Okay, and I'll pass the turn.
I will untap. I will draw for my turn. I will play a Windswept Heath.
Windswept Teeth resolves.
I will tap this forest for a Grafdigger's Cage. Trigger Vial Smasher.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
Got it.
2. Jan, take 1.
Out of
Ah!
38.
Gotcha.
I've been thoroughly got.
I will -1 Ashiok targeting Jan.
Alright. Dramatic Reversal, Pact of Negation, Academy Runes, and Mystical Tutor.
And then nobody else has anything in their graveyards.
Yep.
So just you exile it and pass the turn.
Alright. I'm gonna untap. Draw for my turn. So I'm going to tap 3, sacrifice this spirit for a red, cast Future Sight.
Are you paying the one?
I'm not going to pay that one.
Trigger.
Trigger Kaikar.
Yep.
Resolves.
Top card of my library is a Merchant Scroll. Okay. Maybe I don't cast this Merchant Scroll.
Probably for the best.
I might just want a bird. Spirit bird wizard. I think I'm just gonna move to combat.
Okay.
I'm going to attack.
That came into play this turn.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it
Spirit?
did. Future Sight.
Spirit did?
Yeah,
Yep.
Future Sight.
Spirit did.
Maybe I'm sacrificing it to attack. Calm down. I'm going to attack. Attack Bill with
Block.
Kaikar. I like it.
29.
And 3 Kaikar damage. And it's Bill Jim's commander, so track that.
Mm-hmm.
Faster.
Don't tell me what to do. It's Bill to track it.
Alright. Draw a card. There's a back to basics in play. Paying the 1, I'm going to cast Preordain.
Okay.
Just grab 2. On top of this one, bottom of this one, and draw it. And then I will pass the turn.
I'll untap. Mana Crypt Trigger. Spikes damage. Oh, it's like
25.
a row.
Don't even need to attack Jim.
Okay, I would like to draw a card. I'm going to play this Steam Vents untapped.
Ooh, go to 23.
Then I'm going to cast a Talisman of Progress. Then I'm going to cast an Azorius Signet.
Wow.
Wowee.
And I will pass the turn. Wait, hang on. Do I want to attack? Probably not.
You can attack Bill.
No, I'm good. No, I want to leave up blockers for Kaikar, so that doesn't come my way.
I will untap and draw for my turn.
Did you? Sorry, that was untapped.
Cheating. I will minus. I will pass the turn.
All right. End of your turn. I am going to Codex Shredder Bill.
Sure. Command tower down.
All right. Tap. I'm going to draw this card. Revealing Tabernacle.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like pretty okay. I mean, he's got 1 million mana right now, but
Yeah, I'm not like a big fan of Tabernacle.
I am.
Just
I
calm
mean,
down.
Elliot's got enough to pay for his File Smasher. It's nothing.
I'm gonna shred the Tabernacle.
Ooh, that's a play.
Play the Misty Rainforest. I'm gonna crack the Misty Rainforest.
Put a 37.
Okay, so I've shuffled my library,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna reveal the top card of my library. It's a blast. That's good.
Jen, you shouldn't have run like an 85 red deck.
That's like fine.
Yeah, he has all of his non-land permanents in play, including one that is not his. Yeah, just make a bird.
Make a bird.
Are you
A
paying one?
spirit.
Also, yeah, are you paying the one, and also are you shuffling your library?
I'm gonna shuffle my
He
library.
has to shuffle his library.
Yes.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I'll play the one.
Make
That's
a
one.
spirit.
Shuffle
Make a
your
spirit
library.
and shuffle my library.
Oh, that's good.
That was better.
Well, it's like fine.
Yeah.
It makes a spirit.
This is literally
It does not
I did
do
not
anything.
use graphics.
Oh yeah.
Attack Bill for 3.
you got it.
26.
Go ahead.
All right. I'm going to untap and draw a card. Oh, okay. All right. I think I have to cast this, but back to basics means I don't want to pay the one, which kind of sucks, but I think that's fine. I'm going to cast Vexing Shifter.
Vexy Shush.
It's,
Okay.
I'm not paying the one.
Ah, I'll draw a card.
And I will pass the turn.
Okay. I would like to untap. Okay. Mana Crypt Trigger.
Mhm.
Spikes damage.
Ugh. 20.
2. Alright.
2.
Yeah, 20.
20.
I have to do 23.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, draw a card. Yeah. Well, let's go for it, right? He's got 1 million mana. Let's try it out. I'm going to tap Talisman of Progress for a colorless. Mox Diamond for red. Mana Crypt for colorless.
2 colorless even.
2 colorless.
2 colorless. So that's 4 mana.
Mm-hmm.
Steam Vents for a red. And Azorius Signet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. I'm going to cast Magma Quake. X equals 4.
To each creature without
Each
flying.
creature without flying.
Vexing Shifter.
I have a response. I would like to tap my Mox Diamond to cast Vampiric Tutor, triggering Vial Smasher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you paying the one?
Yes, I will
Okay.
pay the 1. So Vial Smasher trigger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
That's a 6.
That's me.
James takes
19.
19.
19.
19. I'm going to put this card on top with my Vampiric Tutor.
Okay.
And then I have, go to 34.
Yep.
And I have no further effect to Magma Quake.
Magma Quake
Yeah.
on the stack.
I have no effects to Magma Quake.
Very good.
Okay.
File Smasher down.
Trinket Mage down.
Urza down.
Vexing-
Construct down.
Vexing Shifter.
Ashiok should also be down.
Oh, yes.
And Planeswalker.
Jen, you want to clean up your board over there?
I'm working on it. Too many things happening.
Then I think I'm just going to pass the turn.
Alrighty. I'm going to untap and draw for my turn. Oh, would you look at that? I'm going to tap this forest. And I'm going to play Carpet of Flowers.
Are you paying the one?
Yes, I will pay the 1 because I now have a trillion mana.
Actually.
Nope.
Why
Oh,
not?
yes, the Demir signet. Does not
Okay,
tap
sure.
this.
It,
There we
doesn't,
go.
it does not matter in the slightest.
Actually, it does.
It doesn't at all.
Okay.
Carpet of Flowers.
Yep. Do it.
Okay, I will move to my second main phase and make 4 red.
Mhm.
I will play this Bayou, and then I will tap this Dimmer Signet to cast Vile
You're
Smasher.
paying the one.
I will not pay the 1.
Okay, draw a card.
Mhm.
I'm going to pass priority.
Yep, me too.
Yep, all good.
Pass the turn.
Tap. Draw this card.
Just feeding this carpet of
Yeah.
flowers.
Feeding the carpet doesn't sound nice.
Feed the garbage.
Um,
Sounds like you just haven't vacuumed in a really long time.
that's fine. I am going to recast Urza.
I think James has a question for you in a second.
Sure.
I would like
In a
you to
second.
cast your
In a
spell,
second.
please.
I said in a second.
So
That doesn't
That
matter.
does not tap for now.
5 mana. There we go. Cast Urza. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Because
And
it's
a
out.
six.
One
Yeah.
less.
I forgot exactly.
Bill priority.
No effects.
Are you paying the one?
That's the question.
Okay, I'll draw a card. I'm going to pass priority as well.
Yep, no thanks.
Fire Construct.
You do.
I play this Lotus Petal.
Are you paying the one?
Nope.
Draw a card.
Gonna feed the other fish. And I'm gonna Spirit from the Kai card. And then I'm going to move to combat.
Mhm.
I'm gonna attack Elliot for 4.
Yep, no thanks. Go to 30.
That's true.
I'm going to untap and draw for my turn. Okay. All right. I'm going to start this off by tapping Watery Grave. Jen, you have 2 cards in hand?
2.
I'm going to cast Dark Ritual, not paying the 1.
Card. Pass priority and Dark Ritual.
No thanks.
Okay.
3 black. With 2 of the black and a green, I'm going to attempt to cast Food Chain.
Paying the one.
Nope. 1 black floating.
Pass priority and food chain.
Yeah, no thanks.
I'm going to tap Lotus Petal for a blue.
Mhm.
Another blue. Tap the medallion for a blue. And I will cast Force of Negation.
Paying the one.
No.
Draw a card.
Trigger Cracker.
Yeah, that works.
Exile it.
Exile it?
If it is countered this way, exile it. So putting it on his graveyard.
Yeah, that smarts. With the black floating and a green, I'm going to cast Sylvan Library.
Paying the one.
Nope.
Draw a card.
And I'll pass the turn.
I would like to untap. Flip 4 Mana Crypt and hopefully not take damage.
1 time.
Ugh. 16.
16. Okay. How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tap the Talisman for colorless to spin top in my upkeep.
Mhm.
Okay, draw a card. I'll play a basic island for my turn. Something that untaps, which is great.
Yeah.
I'm going to move to my end step. I'm discarding Polluted Delta, Flooded Strand, Windfall, Wheel of Fortune, and Sleight of Hand.
Yeah, seems good.
Doesn't want a wheel? Shocking.
Nonsense.
Go ahead.
I will untap. Draw a card for my turn. And in my first main phase, I will target Jan, or
Yeah.
choose Jan, or whatever,
Target. It's
and
targeted
add
for me.
5 green mana.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Edge.
I will use 1 green and filter it into this dimmer signet for a blue and a black, and then use another green and cast Thrasios.
Trigger Vial Smasher.
Trigger
Vial Smasher.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hey, that's
Jan, take 2.
35.
So I have.
Are you paying the 1 on Thrasios?
Ooh, that's a good question.
You have a black floating.
I have 3 green floating.
You also have a black
You also
floating.
have a black
Off
floating.
of the dimmer signet.
I do.
So the answer is yes, you have mana.
I will pay the 1 with the black floating.
Okay.
And then I will use 3 green and this forest to activate Thrasios.
Oh,
Okay.
So I will scry 1. I will put that on the bottom. Reveal the top card of my library. It is a Forbidden Orchard. So it will go onto the battlefield tapped forever. And I will pass my turn.
That's really tragic.
1, 2, 3, 6. At the end of your turn, I will tap my Grim Monolith for 3. An island, Codex Shredder, and a construct for 6. And I will attempt to overload Cyclonic Rift, trigger Kaikar.
Oh, golly.
And I'll sack this spirit to pay the 1. So I expect.
Are you
it's gonna
paying
come spell.
1?
Yes, I'm going to sack a spirit to pay the 1.
Okay. Bill, priority?
So you have 2 red, potentially?
2 red.
Nothing else floating?
Nothing floating, nothing in my hand.
Spell pierce.
Are you paying 1?
Nope.
I'll draw a card.
I will pay for it.
Okay. Are you passing priority then?
Yep.
Okay. I would like to float 2 colorless and a blue, and filter one of the colorless into a blue and a white. So I have blue, blue,
Blue,
white,
colorless. Okay.
Yeah.
So Kaikar's trigger resolves.
Kaikar's trigger. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So
Cyclonic
on
Rift.
Cyclonic Rift, priority?
Nope.
I'll pass priority.
Yep, no effects. My Mox Diamond.
I'll take the Gilded Drake back. Thank you. Okay. Are you done passing your turn?
Okay, hold on. That was on Allied
Yeah,
Sunset?
on Allied Sunset.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
I have to discard.
Yep.
I will discard this sad Mox Diamond and this Kozilek's Return.
I will untap. Upkeep. I'll draw. Force away. Tap 1, cast Brainstorm.
Yep.
Trigger Kaikar.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
Mox Opal and
Ice
Crown Scepter.
Card underneath it all.
Jeweled
Jeweled
Amulet.
Amulet. Heavy hitter, Jeweled Amulet.
Heavy hitter indeed. So I'm gonna put back.
Ooh,
Force of Will. Okay.
still the Force of Will.
I'm gonna cast Mox Opal.
Trigger
Kaikar.
Wow. Turns out Urza's really strong with the Kaikar.
Mm-hmm.
Who
would have
Who
thought?
would have thought? They should play them in the deck.
I don't run that many artifacts. I only
you-
run 16.
Oh, I meant like put Kaikar in the Urza deck. That seems fair.
Oh.
Okay. So I'm going to tap for 2 blue, sacrifice the 2 new spirits I have for 2 red, and tap an island for 5, and I'm going to activate Urza.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Goodbye, Force of Will. Okay, so Urza. So I'm going to exile this recurring insight,
Reveal the top card of your library.
and I'm going to reveal Delay.
Wow.
That's really good.
Yep.
Okay.
I have 7.
That seems.
I have a million.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 14 cards.
Wow.
5. I have 5 mana, so I think I'm gonna cast recurring.
You get to cast it without
for sure.
It's free. Wow, this is so good. Ursula.
Just cast it.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast recurring
So
instant.
14 cards. Reveal all of them, please.
Yep.
That's
So,
a delay.
Delay. Time Twister. Flooded Strand. Sigh. Mana Crypt. Mana Vault. Legacy's Allure. Intuition. Narset Parter Veils. Spellseeker. Island. Scalding Tarn. And Negate.
And reveals
And
right on the
and-
top. Island. Oh,
Ancient Tomb.
And trigger Kaikar.
Yes.
Trigger
Kaikar.
and also this is exiled right now.
Because it has rebound.
Yeah. Somewhere.
Just there. That's
you go.
fine.
Cool. Okay.
That's a jaunty library you got. Right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. It's like those fascinators that you see at the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to tap an island for a blue, sacrifice a spirit for red, cast a Psy Master Thopterist.
Yeah.
I am then going to sacrifice this spirit for a red and cast a Mana Vault, triggering both Psy and Kaikar.
Yep.
Oi, oi, oi.
Just makes 2 mana every time you cast an artifact.
And then I'm going to tap this and sacrifice the spirit to cast Spellseeker.
Oh, he doesn't make things on that one.
Nothing at all.
Alrighty.
All right, you got it.
Okay, so off Spellseeker, I'm going to grab this Transmute Artifact and reveal
I
the
got
top
you, I
card.
got
It's a
you.
Preordain.
Ooh,
I don't think I've played a land for the turn.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Do you need to play a land for the turn?
Just in case I mess it up. Alright, so I'm going to tap
Yeah, until you get DQ'd for trading.
3.
Yeah.
Oh man, 3 colorless. And I'm going to tap 2 blue, and I'm going to cast Transmute Artifact,
Okay.
triggering Kaikar.
That's really good.
And I'm going to sacrifice my Mana Crypt, Mana Vault.
Yep.
Alright, so go get my Paradox Engine, resolve my Transmute Artifact, reveal the Force of Will.
Paradox Engine is in play.
Paradox
play.
Engine's in play,
Yeah.
and then
And now you have to pay.
Now I have
4.
to pay 4. So
Yeah,
it's
you
like
had 3
colors,
floating.
and then
Sack Spirit
Yeah,
for red.
that does it.
Okay.
Paid it. We're getting there. Okay, so I'm gonna tap my
for mana.
Paradox Engine and this Mox Opal to cast Isochron Scepter, trigger Psy, trigger Kaikar,
Trigger Paradox Engine.
trigger Paradox Engine.
On tap.
I
Yeah.
don't believe Paradox Engine untaps itself.
It does.
It
All
does.
non-land
It's
permanents.
all non-land permanents.
Who designed
These
these?
as well.
These,
This
that
Thopter.
this thing.
Not
this
your
Islander.
island. Not your island.
Somebody
This
called
group
Josh
wallet.
Lee quiet. This card's good.
Yeah.
We should compare cards to this card specifically.
Isochron Scepter trigger.
Yes.
Imprint.
I'm gonna imprint negate.
Okay.
Then I am going to cast. I'm going to tap these Thopters.
Sure.
For 2 blue. I'm going to cast Legacy's Allure, maintaining priority, activate Codex Shredder, targeting Bill, float a whole bunch of mana, and then activate Isochron Scepter.
Yep. So
So you're
Casting
negating-
negate, targeting Legacy's Allure,
Triggering
triggering Paradox
Paradox
Engine to untap all of my things.
I believe you've demonstrated a loop, Jan.
Yeah.
Then I will Codex Shredder and activate Isochron Scepter.
What is the end state of your loop?
The end state of my loop is I would like to mill all of your libraries.
Okay.
I do
everything.
not have an Eldrazi,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I'm not going to tell you what I'm putting into my graveyard.
That's fair.
Bottom card of my library.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Please refer to the deck lists in the video description
Yes.
to see what got put into our.
Yes.
And I will discard a Time Twister and pass the turn.
All right. So I'm going to untap just that. I'm going to move to my upkeep. I'm going to tap the snow-covered forest for a green.
And Noxious
And-
Revival your Jace.
And move to my draw step and die.
Okay. I would like to untap. And I'm going to cast High Tide.
Oh.
Nice.
Put that on my graveyard here. And I would like to move to my draw step
Okay.
and lose the game.
Okay, what you got?
In response to James dying, I would like to sacrifice my Windswept Heath.
Nope.
You can't respond to me dying.
Wow. Okay, in my upkeep then.
There's
My
an
end step.
and there's an
Okay,
end step
sure.
where Jim's dying.
And I will fail to find.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I'll go to my untap.
Oh, nice.
I will die. Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, I
Very
will.
good.
I will die.
Give me my Kai car back.
Final card is
Jeez.
really good.
Can win games, just need 2 commanders.
I actually had a sick hand. for
3?
Kai Kar.
3, yeah.
Yeah.
3 commanders.
I actually had a sick hand to go off with Kaikar, and Jen stole it right at the moment when I wanted. And I'm like, the rest of the time, I'm like, well, I have no way to tutor Gilded Drake because it's a Jeskai deck.
Yeah. I was like pretty happy with the situation we were in the first couple turns. And I think my big mistake was not paying 3 for the Mr. Gamora.
Yeah.
Because I could have kept drawing cards, but I wanted to get that Ashiok in play.
Yeah.
And I didn't want it to be the only thing that I did, because then it just gets attacked and dies.
Yeah.
So
It's reasonable.
I wanted to play the Vile Smasher too, and didn't work out.
Well, the Mystic Remora, turn 2, I could have played Grim Monolith into the Grafdigger's Cage and another 2-mana artifact I had, or the Sapphire.
Yeah.
Be like, okay, this is solid, but I was like, well, I don't want to give Ellie 2 cards, so I'm
Yeah,
just gonna play the Sapphire Medallion, and then
If I went first.
very good one.
That turn where you Cyclonic Rifted, the one where you overloaded, I had a Cyclonic Rift and a Silence in my hand. And I thought it was your turn. And I was super excited because I'm like, man, here's what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to float this mana. I got some blue, I got some white. And I'm like, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to silence him, first off. And then I'm going to Cyclonic Rift this back to basics.
Yeah. And then have
on
a
your end
crazy
step
turn.
and just like be able to untap and like, yeah.
Go to town.
And then Jan was like, can I untap? And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, there was a lot going on, so I think that's fairly
Yeah.
reasonable. Like, a lot of things
Well,
got mixed up there.
So something that's like an interesting conversation to have, depending on the meta. So I had the Force Negation in my opener, and I very strongly considered Force of Negationing either of your Mox Diamonds or your Mana Crypt.
Mm.
And it's interesting because the only other blue spell in my hand was the Intuition. So if I do that, I literally just have Mana Accelerant, and I don't have any card selection.
Yeah.
So if it goes badly, I'm just...
Because I didn't have a second land, Force of Negationing my Mox Diamond would have done nothing because I would have just played my land and my Mana Crypt and then cast the Trinket Mage.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would have done stone cold nothing to me. I don't know what it would have done to Bill, but it would have set you back by a turn, presumably.
Yeah,
right?
because I would still have been able to cast my my Mana Vault the next turn, so it's not the end of the world. But
But it's like, it's interesting to think about for like greedy keeps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a greedy keep, but I see like Trinket Mage in my opener and I'm like, oh. So I go and I'm thinking, I'm just going to get Mox Opal, right? I'm like, I'm going to cast my Mox Diamond, and it's okay that it's a 1-land hand because I'm going to go Mox Diamond, Mana Crypt, Trinket Mage, Mox Opal, untap with 4 mana, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is totally fine. Totally fine. And, but then I look through my list and I'm like, oh, when I was discussing this list with Shaper Savant, he's like, you don't run enough artifacts because I only run 16 artifacts.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's like, you can't run Mox Opal. So I'm like, well, guess we're running 15 artifacts. And then, so I grabbed
The
top. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I'll just set up my land drops for the next
Yeah.
couple turns.
Which
But
wasn't
terrible,
it was
but-
fine. But
Yeah,
no,
it's-
Urza's powerful,
Yeah.
as it
Yeah.
turns out.
it makes me feel a lot
I
better.
even exiled his dramatic reverse.
Yes.
And he
He still
killed
did it.
us.
Still.
Yeah, it makes me feel a lot better to hear that the Force of Negation was in your hand, because there was a
Yes.
turn there where I was thinking and I was doing math. I had exactly enough mana to cast Food Chain, which I had Demonic Tutored, then Demonic Tutor, or then Chain of Vapor your Ashiok, and then sacrificing the land, the basic forest that I tapped to bounce my own Mana Vault, to replay it, to Demonic Tutor for Eternal Scourge, to cast it with the Mana Vault. I had
That would've been-
exactly enough mana.
Wow.
There was no leftover, so if I had an extra blue, then I had Spell Pierce in my hand that time too.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would have been able to protect it, but I did the math wrong already, and it makes me feel better that he had the Force of Negation.
Yeah, well,
It didn't
there was
matter.
the 3 turns in a row where I passed with 2 cards in my hand. Those 2 cards were Force of Negation and Cyclonic Rift. And every time someone's like, tap to do a thing, and I'm like, yeah, resolves. And I'm back of my hand, I'm like, I hope I don't end up looking stupid for this. But
Well,
Big possibilities
Yeah.
for sure.
yeah.
One of the many risks we noble folk take,
Yeah.
bringing this lovely content to you.
but it was I think all these decks are pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kaikar should definitely be added to this one. We'll be making that update.
Yeah, anytime now.
Gotta pick up a Kaikar
This
now.
is like 2 games in a row. Not in a row. Where I'm like, I just want to cast Kai. I just want to cast Jeskai and see.
Well, that's why I had to double check, because that said where it said non-creature instead
Yeah,
of
or
non-instant or sorcery. Because otherwise, I would have held the Gilded Drake for the first sliver or something else. But it was like non-creature. I have 4 artifacts.
Even like Thrasios would be really
Thrasios
good.
would have. Yeah, Thrasios is another I was thinking about.
But
Yeah, I think that's another mistake that I made. When I Carpet of Flowers to the first time, I recast Vile Smasher, and it probably should have been Thrasios. I don't think it would have mattered. I might have gotten to do it, like, activate Thrasios one more time, so it probably didn't matter a huge amount,
you
but
could have got another tap land.
yeah,
That would've been
percentages,
good.
right?
Yeah.
Well, I
something,
almost hit 3 off of 3 shuffle effects, and
Yeah, that was pretty
So-
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This you know, it's funny. Just to go back to the Mox Opal for a sec.
Yeah.
I also had the Talisman and the Signet in my
Oh
not in
my
my opener. I
goodness.
drew one of them as my
Yeah.
first draw. But by then, like if I had the Mox, I guess I wouldn't have had it. But the next turn was the Mystic Grimoire turn, so I was gonna have like 8 mana that next turn, but it was rough.
Yeah.
That was a game.
yeah,
That was
for
a game
sure.
plan,
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah. Well, this is really what this is the last game, I believe,
Of Summer
before
Madness.
GP
Vegas.
Vegas.
Yes.
Which is super exciting.
Yes.
Very
We're
exciting.
actually going to have an episode come out on the first day of GP Vegas
Yep.
on the Thursday.
Summer Magic.
Yeah. But if you are going to GP Vegas, look out because we will be there. We're going to be
Yeah.
wearing Spike Beater t-shirts. So if you see us, we will be wearing Spike Beater t-shirts. Come up and say hi.
We might have a sign. We haven't worked out the logistics.
Yeah, we're
on
gonna
whether or not
try
we're gonna have a
something.
sign
Yeah,
at
I
the
think
venue.
shirts will be plenty,
I'll
unless
also
other people
I'll
somehow
also
have
be
them.
I'll be judging for a bulk of the weekend too. So if you see me over at the main event, which is usually far away from the fun commander stuff, come say hi. Also, I'm not gonna.
Unless he's got a serious look on his face, then he's thinking, maybe don't bug him
Then-
immediately.
Then all you have to do is walk up to him and rub his head for good luck. So
Or come tell us, I saw Jan and he looked pissed.
Yeah. So anyway, look out for us there. We're just going to be jamming Commander like the entire time.
All
whole
week.
24 hours a day for 4 solid days.
Yeah.
So come up and say hi. Also, check out our online store. If you want to order stuff, you can do that and pay no shipping if you want to pick it up in Vegas.
Yeah.
So if you want to meet us somewhere in Vegas, we can drop it off to you there. Save yourself some shipping, which is,
But orders need to be in the Monday before
Right.
Vegas,
Yes.
so we can get
bring them.
everything.
We got to
Yeah,
bring
sorry.
them with us. We
Yep.
will be bringing some amount of stuff, but if you want to guarantee that what you want is there and you don't have to pay shipping on it, pre-order it.
Yes.
There is a pre-order optione.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. So
Yeah.
with that, we will see you guys in Vegas.
Woo!
Hey, thanks for checking out the Spike Feeders on YouTube. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you click the subscribe button, and you can click this link to check out our other great videos.